Hello everyone, Kisa here, and wait, is that a third video in a week? Yeah, I had a lot of ideas and I honestly couldn't find the time to do them before, but I'll take advantage of the fact that the set just released in English to do a deck profile on this. This is obviously not perfect, but it's one of the fun decks I have. I think it's really fun. It's really powerful, just because the card pool that this set has available is very powerful. So yeah, we're talking today about door choice quintuplets. Obviously, like from the release of set 2, you get very powerful combos and a very like brand new S tier meta deck on the 8 standby list. But you get the level 1 Itsuki combo, and that's really good. And not only to play like in their own dedicated deck, but as a method to provide enough card advantage to play other finishers. And we know from set 1 that the Ichika choice combo is really powerful, so you just need to feel the stock and the cards so you can do this properly. And that's what we do. This is a very aggressive deck. We'll try to take advantage of the plussing that the level 1 combo does. For those that you don't know, this is double R from the newer set, released in English, newer set. Once per turn, when an act ability happens, this gets 1.5k. And the second ability is Experience 2. On attack, you may discard a card. And you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you may add all the quintuplets characters that you find there. So it lets you power through your deck. These climaxes when you're close to refreshing, so that's very good to dealing with the excess climax. And it's just a very nice source of plussing. It's very good overall. Very powerful also in a door, which is really good. And obviously, if you play quintuplets, you know this combo already. This is the Ichika combo from set 1. When placed, you look at top 3, you may add a card from them. The rest goes to the waiting room. And climax combo on placement of the choice. You may discard a quintuplets character, and she gains the ability that on cancel for her battle once per turn. You may deal 2 twice. It's a really good finisher into compressed decks, especially if you can do triple. Like triple Ichika is very hard to live by. So very powerful combo. We know it from set 1. The only problem is that it doesn't heal, but you can easily compensate for that. So that's the background of the deck. That's what we're going to try to do. And we go to the card by card. We're playing 19 zeros. This is probably a little too much still, but I'm gonna be honest. When you're playing the choice, like this deck specifically, your choice for level 1s is very dim. Your level 1 card pool is like really bad, and it's not fixed until set 3. Of course, we start with 4 copies of the Nino runner. This is being established in set 1. Gets 3k, you have another quintuplets character, and at the beginning of the attack phase, this will run to the middle. It's very good. We still run 4. I'm running 4 brainstorms. This is just my take on it, but obviously you can change it. We're using brainstorms from set 1, and from set 2. So this is a salvage brainstorm, and whenever you reverse, you get 500. And this is a search brainstorm, but also has the ability that you may pay 1, discard a climax, grab any character for your clock, from your clock to your hand, and then you clock yourself the top card of your deck. This is really good when the card you need is not on the deck and not on the draw. And it's like, if it's random in your stock, you can trade a climax with, and that's very good because it's another climax stage. It powers through another card of the deck, so it helps you to manipulate your deck better. Because obviously, when you play a deck like powers through so many cards, you need to be aware of your deck states, and like minute effects like this can throw your deck balance off if you do it incorrectly. Now we're running 3 copies of the set 2 Ricky. This could easily be 4. This card is really good. On place, you look at the top card of your deck. You may keep it there, or put it in the bottom of the deck. And this is a regular search Riki when placed. You may search a level 1 or lower character with your deck and add it to your hand. So why is this good, especially in this deck? It's because, as I explained before, you need experience 2 for your level 1 combo to function. And you need it to be red. So usually in this deck, you will look at the top card of your deck, and if it happens to be a red card with level 2 or lower, or 2 or higher, you keep it there just to have it, just to secure the card on the clock, so you can level with it. And we're playing a bunch of, like, you could say throwaways, cards that are okay, but we would not be playing if it wasn't for the experience 2 condition. Overall, really good. I think if you play a 4, you can easily cut this or other cards that I'm running out one-offs, because I like one-offs. Yeah, then moving on. 3 copies of the trial deck clean cut. Okay. I kind of call it a clean cut if this is a deck profile for the English format, but this is technically a trial deck card. During your turn, plus 1k, and the clean cut effect. Clean cut effects are really good in decks that need a lot of stock and need to, like, keep board and try to be aggressive. Clean cuts are really good. You want to keep your board. You want to push with as little as resources as possible. So if they give you a target to do a clean cut on, you take it. This lets you attack with your brainstorms, then push them back. Lets you open a lane so your runner can run. Lets you save your level 1 combo if you want to go for a second time. If they give you the chance, this is really good. Now moving on, 2 copies of the I will call them Chiuri for the rest of time. I know, like, people want to promote the Fukujiro propaganda, but yeah, they're cheers. On this one, add a level 1 or higher card. Also, it's a level 0 bomb, which is really useful in the current state of the metagame. Having, like, outs to certain starters when you don't have the good cards to do it. It's really useful. Also, it's very annoying against some cards that want to live the turn. So this is a decent opening that if it gets, like, Rudy PR'd or, like, not Nyankat, but Takemichi kills. If it goes to a waiting room, I'll just steal plus. Otherwise, when it dies, it would take whatever's attacking with him. It's really good. Okay, this is a one-off, but this could easily be a two-off, and this is one of the best cards in the deck. You don't play many because it's obviously more situational, but when it works, it's really good. So, one place, you may clock a card from your hand into your stock. You put a card from your hand into your stock. And the second effect is a climax swap. Why is this good? Mainly because this card is really there's many situations because your combo needs so much stock, but your hand is always so full because you're doing the combo multiple times. You have very good plussing triggers. You have extra cards in hand that you don't really need, and with this you can turn them into stock. You can loop this card pretty easily with some cards that we're gonna see later, even the brainstorm. So also, if you're tight on stock, you can just send a card to your stock and do the effect. So this is basically free to some extent. So this card functions very well. It's really good. And now we're playing 1 copy of the Drop Salvager, Drop Searcher. This is basically a flex slot. This could be another Riki, but I like the flexibility of being able to have 1 card that does the drop salvaging and the drop searching at the same time. So again, this is a flex slot, could be anything. And this card is also very important. So this is from set 1. Has your effects. You may rest it and choose a character, give it 500 power, and the ability that on reverse you may put that card into stock and your opponent heals 1. Your opponent heals 1, then you put it into stock. It's a classic block swap effect. Uh, and you may pay 2 rest to salvage a card. When you have excess stock, this can turn into hand. But most of the time, this is gonna screw Hololive very hard. You play this. This is like one of the good tools Quintuplets has against the current meta. Even against like the big sister that is the 8 standby deck. You just clock everything. You send everything to clock. If you can't reverse it, you send to clock. Easy. No need to deal with Aqua. No need to deal with Aki also from the Hololive matchup. Any Chiyuri that your opponent plays, gone. It's really good. Also, unlike the Lilia from my Mushoku Tensei deck profile, this gives 500 power, which is really good because it makes that your Nino runner gets to 4k, so it just cleans the Aqua entirely from the board, and you don't even have to trade. So yeah, this card is amazing. It's really good. I think you should, whatever the build you're playing for Quintuplets, is one of the cards that you have to have. Now moving on to level 1s. Of course, we're playing 4 copies of the level 1 combo. I already mentioned why is this good. But now that we've seen the lineup of zeros, you can see that all our zeros try to take advantage of the extra cards that your combo gives you. We can turn them into the card that we exactly want. We can turn them into stock, or we can turn them into like more belling, more filter. Also, another reason why this card is important is because this is a free act ability that we can use for this. More synergy, and we like synergy here. Overall, pretty good card. This works as every like on auto activation works with counters. We're running one counter at level 1. We're gonna get to it later. Okay, next card is filler. This is filler. This is getting replaced in set 3 by a better card that actually searches this. Right now we play it because we don't really have another level 1 card to play. But overall, as a card choice in the current metagame, is not the worst. So what it does is that it's a level 1 bomb, and when you play a door, you may pay 1 to interact. The idea is that this is just a clean out to Ares, so you don't have to mess power with it. You can even clock swap the Ares when you do this. So this is a clean out to Ares, level 1. Get it out of the board. Not have to worry about power. Just clean it. Very simple, very elegant. Now, this card. Another very good card in the deck, especially with this combo. Okay, I am aware that the distribution of this card, specifically the one that has all 5 members and all 5 names, it's confusing in English. I honestly have no idea how you get it. I think it's a PR that came with the special set that had all the 5 TDs. I have no idea. You can correct me in the comments. But there's reprints of functional reprints of this card in the promo packs, and those should be easy. And you can grab whatever waifu you want. You probably want an Itsuki for this deck, just for name and color. But overall, can be played without color requirements. You may rest this to give something 1k, and you may sack it, discard a card to add a character from draw. So this is another way to turn all the excess bad cards you get from the combo into actually good cards. So yeah, really good. This is usually what you'll grab from this. If you have no idea what else to grab, you grab this. It's a very good Joker card that you can turn into anything. And almost last for level 1, we have one Adachi. This sends to stock, so it's not the best kind of Adachi, but it's really good. Really good card. I think there's a memory Adachi, and I never remember to buy it, but I don't remember if it's a Quintuplets card. If it is, you probably should play that. But it's yellow, so it's also very good. Also high power, that always matters. Really good. And we play one of the Lifa counter. The main reason we play the Lifa counter over 2k counter Mostly because it's a counter that a choice trigger can grab. So as you can see, it has a soul trigger. So it's a target for your choice triggers. Overall, it's just a counter we want of one at level 1 that's like randomly accessible, and we choose this one just because of the soul trigger. On to level 2s, we play 4 cards. We play 2 copies of the anti-change counter. The reason number 1 we play the anti-change counter is because it's red. As I mentioned, we need red cards for the experience condition of this. So we'll play this. This is a very good counter, usually because we cannot deal with big early plays by battle. It's harder. So we just try to deal with this. We usually have the excess cards to throw away for that. This deck is very cheap on stock, unless you're like having a really bad game. So you can pay for this cost is not terrible. And your cards are gonna die anyway, so you might as well sack them for this. And we play 2 copies of the -3 soul counter from set 1. This card is really good. So this is in the choice restriction list for JP, together with other cards, and obviously with due reason. The card is very good. -3 soul can be better than anti-damage most of the time. Also, this gives -3 soul to anything, not the battling character. So if your opponent has a character that they want to side with for precise numbers, and you know that, and obviously if you know your compression, they attack front, you go -3 soul, but in the other side, because you know this one is getting cancelled, and you basically blank 2 attacks. So it's very powerful. Better than -3 stock is still hefty, but we can't pay it. This is doable for the deck. That's level 2s. As you may notice, these are all red cards, so if you don't feel bad if you had to throw them to the experience condition. You want to do that anyways. That's why we're running. We could be running a third of this, because the event is really good. Also to have 2 in rotation if you have to throw 1 into the level, so you still have 2 in rotation. Yeah, very very good card overall. On to level 3s. 4 copies of the early play from set 1. Very very good card. It keeps your stock count high because it's a 1 stock killer. 11k overall, one of the usual good marks for an early play healer. And obviously yellow, so it goes well with our finisher cards. Now more early plays. We run 2 copies of the Ichika early play. I think this is from set 2. Yeah, this is from set. It's from set 1. The early play condition is different. It's 4 or less, which is very good. You usually want when you're playing multiple early plays in the deck, you want one that's like 2 or less climax, and another one that's like 4 board, full board. So you have the option to go into any. So you have the option to go into any early play at any point of the deck. And if you happen to play them both at the same turn, they don't conflict with each other. Like you will probably not play 2 in the same turn, but when you have this and this, you can play 1 of each in the same turn and not feel bad. Also, she gains extra power, and has also another effect that lets you top check X, where X is the number of quintuplets in the board. So it lets you find your climax for the level 3. It lets you find your counters. That you find this counter when you're you're starting level 2. This is very good for finding this, so you can fight the board at 2. It's really really powerful. You can find your Lifa counter. You can find this. That can turn into any card. If you need to remove a specific standby target, this gets you this. If you need the stock swap, the climax swap, you need this. Overall, super amazing card. And last but not least, the extra copies of the level 1 combo. And the climaxes. Overall, the range on this kill turn is very good. especially if you do triple. Double is a little iffy. Sometimes they live through double. From 3-0, people can live through double. Through triple is super hard. They need to like sack like 6 or 7 cancels. Through triple at 3-0 is very hard to live. And the idea of this deck is go for triple. Like especially like when you're in the ultra late game and you happen to have a bunch of hand, you clock up to like 9 cards. Your compression is decent. You hit a brainstorm, and you can like loop these two to get more stock. So you can play this. Obviously, if you're craving for stock, you're probably not using a brainstorm, but you can keep this on the board, play this, then turn it into another card, then sack this, grab it again, put another card into stock. Also, that's a very good play in this deck, again, because the Ichika, if you have the climax on hand already, because you found it through the early play, or because you already have because you have for example a door and you have the climax up. This will usually go to the deck to find any quintuplets to pay for cost. So technically, if you have the climax, every copy of this is self-sufficient. So you don't need much more hand aside from like the climax and the 3. As long as you get it to the 9 stock that you need, having this is enough to kill someone. So you can spend all the rest using this to send cards to stock, and if you want, you have the loop, the small like loop to get more stock. Do it, and you will need it, especially if they live. But as I said, triple Ichika, if you're trying to kill from at level 3, it's very, very lethal. But yeah, overall, points for improvement I think for this list is maybe play a 4th Ricky. When the set came out, it was like $20, and I never did the investment into the 4th. And like, I think the 3rd is borrowed. Also, maybe if I didn't did my I always play this deck like this, so I always use this Adachi, but my memory tells me that there's a memory Adachi in the set, but it may be confusing it with Bank Dream, which is a set that I play a lot as well, so probably thinking about Bank Dream. I think it was Bank Dream, but if there was like a red memory Adachi, let me know in the comments. But overall, yeah, this is pretty fun. It's probably obviously not as powerful as the 8 Soundbite deck, but I think it's very close to the power level of the 8 Door deck. It has we use mostly the same tools at 0, except for the Brainstorm. We use a finishing combo that's really, really strong. We lack some of the healing capabilities of the 8 Door. Well, basically we play some of the same tools, and we just have like a higher ceiling from this. And if I recall correctly, the 8 Door deck still plays this, so you're swapping these around, and you're playing some more Itsuki cards to fill in the gaps. Overall, I hope you guys give this a try. As always, the deck log will be in the description down below. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great time. And as usual, I know it feels funny like after not seeing me for months, me throwing out 3 deck profiles back to back to back. But okay, I found the time and I found the motivation to do this after the results from Bureau, and again because I wanted to get deck lists out for the people that are gonna play VCSs, to use the knowledge that I have that I cannot use in a VCS, which is sad to say, but obviously Chile is not gonna have a VCS unless something very weird happens. But I do not deal with my own I do not spend copium trying to think that I will get an event this year. So in the meantime, I'll let you guys get some of the knowledge I've been using and some of the knowledge I've been gathered, and throw it away for people. Someone will pick it up and make good use of it. Yeah. as I said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next deck profile, whenever that was. And that is hopefully soon. See ya. Bye bye.